sits down and votes on it and it's signed by the president that they're changing the emission standard. It's more handled at the department level. Is that how it takes place, or I could be completely mistaken?
I mean, I need to put a tinfoil hat on real quick, but no, yes, the in the world of theatrics, yeah, it all comes from EPA because the scientists got in. This is the new science, and the climate change thing's real, right? But realistically, a lot of these policies are set at a way higher standard. I mean, it sounds crazy, but like at the World Economic Forum and World Health Organization, and it's easy to see even with common sense because if you look at Europe and a lot of the emissions laws and things they have, they're always ahead of us generally a bit, and then we start to adapt a lot of these same things. But everyone's still answering up to the top of to meet these climate goals. And so to meet these climate goals, the scientists, in my opinion, fabricate this with a lot of funding. And then the EPA puts it out, and everybody gets paid through multiple NGO organizations throughout the world for everything from just example, might not be, but from a DEF can to the rare earth materials necessary to put it together. It's it's wild.
Yeah, it's tough to understand when you're not. And most of us, I'm not heavily involved in the political process and understand the different entities and how it works. And
It's
we're not
big.
constitutional scholars, and so. But I think now more than ever, we understand how it can impact our vehicles, specifically when maybe you do have a kind of a problem truck and it's past that basic warranty period, and you're spending the $6,000 to replace a DPF, and then you start to gain an interest and you find like your social media pages and what you're saying, or you're finding YouTube videos, or you're hearing things in the news. It's tough to discern it all. But one of
Yeah.
the huge things recently, and I just want to get your opinion on it, is you've been on this podcast, other podcasts, your social media. You've talked for a long time about what you've gone through and PPI has gone through with tuning, the enforcement of it, that aspect. But then recently there was that huge news with Heavy D and what took place. And that was probably, besides, it was just, I guess it was shocking. And the information like that he's talked about, and I've seen you reposted a little bit, but like what when you heard that and how what took place, and maybe people who are listening to this podcast didn't hear it, um,
Right.
like what happened, and then what was your impression of it? And how does it bring it all back to what you've been dealing with for
Um,
10 years?
I was super pissed.